Okay, so it's time for another lesson in spiritual warfare. It's been about 2 weeks. It's been about 2 weeks since I've hit you with a lesson in spiritual warfare. So let's go ahead and talk about it. This video, we're going to talk about energy harvesting and energy vampires. Energy transfer, energy vampires, energy harvesting, energy. Okay? So, let's not cause any further delay. Let's get into this message today. So, some of you may not understand exactly what energy vampire means when you hear the term energy vampire. Yes, you understand the concept of energy and how energy is what all of us possess, give out, exchange, etc. But you may not understand exactly what an energy vampire is or does, how they drain, etc. So that's what I'm here for. I'm going to teach you what an energy vampire is, how they energy harvest, how they energy transfer, so on, so forth, and etc. So, in the good book, To Win the War, You Must Learn Your Opponents, I have written an excerpt, a chapter, if you will. It is a chapter about energy harvesting, energy vampires, and energy transfer. So, energy harvesting, the first type of energy harvesting that I want to talk to you about is very important because a lot of people don't realize that it's a way that energy vampires harvest energy. And I'm talking about sex magic. Yeah, sex magic. Let's get into it. So, energy harvesting, sex magic, i.e., period sex, chanting, all that shit, okay? All that shit. So, energy vampires harvest energy of others to live, to feel alive, to survive, to exist, okay? They also harvest the energy of others in order to thrive and feel powerful or relevant, useful, alive, etc. So, an energy vampire will harvest energy in many different ways. In any fucking way they can, an energy vampire will harvest energy. And one of the easiest ways and most effective ways for an energy vampire to harvest energy is through sex. Sexually. Okay? Because who doesn't like sex? Who doesn't like sex? And the way the world is set up and the way we've been taught, you can go outside and throw some pussy in the air and catch some sex. You can go outside and throw your dick in a circle and something land on it, okay? So it's very fucking easy for an energy vampire to harvest energy through sex because sex is easy as fuck to get, okay? So, a lot of people are very easily deceived by the fact that energy vampires use sex to harvest and drain energy. Incubus, succubus energies, Jezebel energies use sex to get the energy that they need in order to thrive, survive, live, feel alive, be relevant, etc. Okay? So, a lot of people are easily deceived by this tactic because people who crave physical attention have a need for validation, have a yearning to be loved, etc., tend to mistake sexual desire and lust as love. And energy vampires depend on that. Energy vampires depend on you being vulnerable. They depend on you craving attention, physical attention, love, validation, all that. They need you to need those things in order for them to trick you into giving that thing up, okay? Because that's how they get your energy. That's how they do binding spells. That's how they fucking make soul ties, all kinds of shit, okay? Now, the system has taught us that sexual liberation is empowerment as a way of keeping people in a cycle of siphoning and being drained. So, truth be told, sexual liberation can be empowering. But who is it empowering to? It's empowering to the energy vampires. Now, there was this whole movement where the system was teaching women that sexual liberation was empowerment. That's fine. You do what the fuck you want with your body. Okay? You do what the fuck you want with your body. I am not judging you. I am not trying to convince you to be celibate or anything like that. But I do know for a fact that celibacy will protect you from a lot of fucking shit, especially when it comes to energy fucking vampires. I have been celibate for 5 fucking years. This has been the most peaceful 5 fucking years of my life. The most peaceful. And a lot of women also believe that just because a man returns back over and over again, that means that thing is special and that you're special. It doesn't necessarily mean that. An energy vampire is going to go get the energy where the fuck it's easiest to get the energy. So if motherfuckers keep running back to you, it's because they're checking to see if you're still stupid enough to let them siphon your energy. It's not because it's the greatest fucking thing ever. It's not because you're the greatest woman ever. It's because you're stupid enough to let them come back and keep draining your fucking energy. Period. I used to think the fact that men would drive by my house and keep tabs on me was, oh, I must have that good. No, I do. I fucking do. But that's not it. They were wanting to see how stupid I was and if I was still stupid enough to let them bring their ass over and siphon my energy. So again, I've been celibate for 5 fucking years. It has been the most peaceful 5 years of my fucking life. It has been the most clear 5 fucking years of my life because I don't have any fucking energy vampires in my fucking energy trying to get my good energy out my good. Do you understand? I have been more empowered now being celibate than I was ever empowered giving my good away. Ever. Even when I was in relationships. I was in relationships with energy vampires. So yeah, we were in a relationship and I'm giving them the thing, but they were literally just with me to drain me of my energy. Period. Okay? So again, sexual liberation was just was the system's way of tricking the divine feminine into believing that it was giving her power to be with people, but like for her basically to be a fucking succubus. Okay? Basically. But you're still being drained, okay? It's still an energy vampire's way of draining your energy. It is still an entrance into the energy vampire's feeding ground, okay? Really quickly, before I continue, let me thank my returning subscribers for coming back and fucking with your girl. Thank you for all your likes, shares, comments, subscribes, love, support, tips, donations, memberships, compliments, encouragement, all the fucking things. Hold up. I love you. And you know this, man, if this is your first ever fucking time seeing this beautiful, gorgeous face of a goddess, welcome. Come in. Don't just stand at the door. You're letting all the air out. Come in, have a seat. My name is Jocelyn. But when you're here, you are family. So you are more than welcome to call me Jocey. I am Enid the Goat. And as long as you are here, I will continuously show you why I am the motherfucking GOAT. It doesn't matter what the algorithm says. It doesn't matter how much I'm hidden. I am the motherfucking GOAT. If you are ever interested in booking a reading with me, I do offer private readings. And down below in the description box, you will find my Set More link that will take you to my booking page where you can look at every service that I offer. And it is a lot of services that I offer. And you can choose your weapon. Right now, though, for a limited time only, I'm having what I am calling the 10 by 10 by 10 sale. So you get 10 minutes for $10 until May 10th. But you got to go down to the description box, click that link that says 10 by 10 by 10 sale to book your 10 by 10 by 10 reading. And FYI, to book your 10 by 10 by 10 reading, you do not have to submit a client application. Okay, so for that reading and that reading alone, you do not have to submit a client application. Just click the link in the description box, pick your time, book your $10 reading while you can. Also, if you are ever guided to tip or donate to me in this channel, down below in that same description box, you will also find my Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo information for your convenience. I do thank you in advance for anything that you are ever guided to send to me, and I declare and decree that anything you are ever guided to send to me returns back to you 100-fold. Ashe and amen. Now, back to what I was teaching you about energy vampires. So, an energy vampire can literally harvest your energy simply by having sex with you. Simply by you consenting to let the vampire in. What did that movie Sinners say? I still haven't seen that movie. I'm not interested. The movie Sinners. It literally tells you that you have to invite the vampire in. You have to invite the vampire in. So, an energy vampire can literally harvest your energy by you inviting the vampire in. And if you are a masculine, by inviting the vampire on, okay? Yeah, no, I'm dead ass. It's funny, but I'm dead ass, okay? So, they also have a habit of speaking chants, spells over you, having you repeat things, say things while in the act, having you do things as instructed, etc., while having sex with you. That's spell work. 9 times out of 10, when an energy vampire does that shit, it's spell work, okay? So, they can literally also transfer their low vibrational energies onto you. STDs, sexually transmitted demons. They can literally transfer their low vibrational entities and energies onto you through sexual intercourse. They can use your sexual energy to manifest. They can use your sexual energy to cast glamour magic. They can use your sexual energy to keep you stuck in unhealthy cycles, karmic situations, relationships, etc. with them. That is how they harvest. That is the easiest way for them to harvest. So, if you don't want to accidentally give away your essence and your energy to an energy vampire, the best course of action is to lock that thing away. Whether you got a dog or you got a taco, lock the food in the fridge. But again, you do what the fuck you want to do with your junk. I am just the messenger, and I'm just letting you know it's a lot safer if you lock it up until your person comes along. I'm just saying. Now, period sex. Period sex is a binding spell. It's a blood pact. Stop letting motherfuckers dip their wick in your period. Stop it. Stop it. It's a fucking blood pact. Okay? It's a blood pact to keep you bound to the energy vampire and keep you coming back over and over again so they can continue to drain your energy. Okay? It's a stronger soul tie when there's blood involved. Stop that shit. Okay? Number 2, energy harvesting, energy draining, i.e. trauma bonding, gossiping, drama, rage baiting, etc. And you're like, what? Rage baiting, gossip? Yes, these are all forms of energy harvesting. How so? Let me explain. Gossip, drama, and trauma bonding are forms of energy draining. So an energy vampire will keep you involved in these low vibrational activities just to drain your energy. So that friend that you have that only brings you bad news. Did you hear about so-and-so? Did you hear so-and-so passed away? Did you hear so-and-so got in an accident? Did you hear about what happened to so-and-so? They got cheated on. That is a fucking energy vampire. They're harvesting your energy through feeding you negative fucking news and energy. That's all they fucking talk about. They're feeding it to you because they're draining your energy from you accepting the information. Okay, it's a form of energy draining. An energy vampire will keep you involved in these low vibrational activities just to drain your energy. The more emotionally invested you are in the drama, the more emotionally invested you are in the gossip, the more emotionally invested you are in the trauma bond, the trauma dumping, etc., then there is more energy that can be drained from you because you're giving the energy to these activities. Okay? So, Rage baiting is the same fucking thing. So you know how people will come in the comments under videos and shit and say shit just to piss you off, or say shit just to get a reaction out of people, to get people to cuss them out, to get people to get upset, to get people to get in their feelings. That is energy harvesting, because the energy vampire uses this tactic to elicit a certain reaction from you or others so that they can feed off of the negative energy that they've created within you. They feed off of you arguing with them. They feed off of you trying to defend yourself. They feed off of you cussing them out. They feed off of you being pissed off about what they said. They feed off of that shit, okay? And they do so to feed their wounded ego and make them feel powerful, in control, and relevant. So, stop feeding them your energy. Don't fall into the trap of being rage baited. Don't listen to gossip. Don't involve yourself in drama. Don't let people trauma dump onto you. Don't let people try to trauma bond with you. And my favorite fucking quote to say, you can't trauma bond with an empress, bitch. Because you can't. Trauma bonds involve two people having a trauma that is unhealed. An empress, a goddess, has healed that shit. So you cannot trauma bond with an empress, bitch. Because we ain't about to sit there and listen to that shit. I'm just saying. So, number two, energy harvesting, energy draining, trauma bonding, gossip, all that shit. Nip it in the bud. If motherfuckers come up to you on that bullshit, spouting that bullshit, trying to dump that bullshit, not today, Satan. Shut that shit down. They just trying to get your energy, okay? 3, energy harvesting, narcissistic abuse. Well, narcissism and abuse. So, narcissists and abusers use abuse as a form of energy siphoning, energy harvesting. So, narcissistic abuse, they will go out of their way to cause arguments, say things, slick remarks, do things to get reactions out of you. Their whole purpose is to get a reaction out of you. A narcissist depends on your reaction to their bullshit. That's why I always say you have to starve a narcissist. You cannot talk to a narcissist. You cannot reason with a narcissist. You cannot teach a narcissist. You cannot cry to a narcissist. You cannot argue with a narcissist. There's nothing you can fucking do to and with a narcissist to make them change, heal, or understand. The only thing that you can do to deal with a narcissist is to starve that motherfucker. Don't argue. Don't talk. Don't reply. Don't make a face. Don't smile. Don't engage. Don't entertain. Don't do none of that shit. You starve that bitch. Starve it. Starve it. Okay? Now, they literally gain their power from making you feel small, and that's how they steal your energy. By making you feel small, making you feel sad, making you feel upset, making you feel useless. All those fucking things and all the tactics that they fucking do to make you feel those feels, those low vibrational feels, is so they can harvest your energy. So, like I said, if you give them no reaction, nothing, zero, zilch, zip, they starve and they begin to lose their fucking mind because their mind games and their bullshit aren't working. And then they're left to sit with their own shit, and it festers within them, and then they start to lose their shit, okay? I've seen it firsthand. A narcissist that is being starved of your energy will lose their fucking mind. They will start talking to themselves. They'll start laughing to themselves. They'll start, it's crazy. They literally start having a fucking meltdown because the energy that they put out in order to feed off of energy, it's stuck within them. If you give them nothing, they are literally stuck with their own energy. Their own energy that they try to put onto you to make you go crazy starts eating them alive because they need an outlet. And if you give them no outlet, it eats them. Okay? So you literally have to starve a narcissist and an abuser. Okay? So a narcissist or an abusive person's abuse, manipulator, narcissist, whatever the fuck, an abuser in general, their abuse is always intentional. Always intentional. There is no mistakes when it comes to being narcissistic. There are no mistakes when it comes to being abusive. These type of people, these energy vampires, are always intentionally doing what they do to abuse, to harm, to hurt. So they literally need to destroy you in order for them to feel alive, because they're already fucking dead inside. Okay? So they need your energy. They need to destroy you to make them feel alive, make them feel powerful, make them feel relevant, make them feel important. They need you. So if you don't give them you or your energy, they don't feel powerful. They don't feel important. They don't feel relevant. They don't feel alive. And that is what literally eats them alive. Literally. Okay? Number 4. I threw up a 3. Number 4. Energy harvesting. Touch harvesting. So we're going to talk about touch harvesting now. So touch harvesting can come in several forms. This can be someone trying to get you to fight them. Like in public, you say something to someone and they're, and they're trying to fight you and like get you to hit them and shit. That's a form of touch harvesting. Because if you hit them first, then they're able to feed off of that energy of anger. They're either going to play like they're the victim, or they're going to try to fight you, shoot you, whatever the fuck. But it's still them coercing you into giving them your energy. My right side of my nose is running. Someone can also stand too close to you in line at the store. So say you're in the checkout line and there's a line of people, and the person behind you is so fucking close that you could turn around and damn near kiss their forehead because they're that close to you. That's a form of energy harvesting. Most of us know about the territorial bubble. Like, don't come into my territorial bubble. Like, keep some space, 3 feet, 6 feet, whatever the fuck, like, back the fuck up. But there are those people that act like they don't understand a space boundary. They act like they don't believe in territorial bubbles. They act like they don't believe in personal space, and they will stand all up in yours. That's a form of energy harvesting. That's a form of touch harvesting, okay? They may not be literally touching you, but they're close enough that you're uncomfortable. They're close enough that you can feel their energy coming off of them. So they're close enough to you that they can drain yours, okay? Strangers that try to touch you. For example, I had this one weird time. I was getting off of the bus, and when I got up out of my seat, I was literally I was in the back of the bus. I sit in the back. I got up and was going to leave off of the bus, and this girl was standing and coming towards me, trying to get in the seat that I just got up from. Mind you, the bus aisle is yay fucking big. I'm trying to leave off the bus. She's trying to go through me to sit where I was just sitting. First of all, I ain't even got off the bus yet. You trying to sit in the seat I was sitting in. She was already sitting. She wasn't standing. It was not like she needed to get up and sit in my seat. But her energy wanted to sit in the energy that I just got up from. 2, she literally, like I said, was trying to go through me to get to my fucking seat that I had just gotten out of. So you're not going to wait for me to get off the bus and move out of the way. You're just going to try to go through me. So I played chicken. We played chicken. Because 1, you're not bigger and badder than me. 2, you're not about to bully me as I'm trying to get off this fucking bus. So you're either going to go through me or I'm going to go through you. And that's how we played that fucking game. But she was literally just trying to get to the seat that I got up out of before I even fully got up out of it, because she wanted to sit in my energy. That's a form of energy harvesting. That's a form of touch harvesting. Touching a surface that someone else was sitting on, like immediately after they get up. Like, that's a form of energy harvesting, touch harvesting, okay? Someone random in public trying to touch your hair. Oh my God, your hair's so pretty. Can I hit your fucking hand? Don't you touch me. Don't touch my hair. Don't touch me. And me personally, I don't like being touched. I don't like being touched. I don't want anyone to touch me. So if I'm having a conversation with you, don't reach out and don't touch my shoulder. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I don't like that shit. I don't even like my damn kids to touch me without letting me know first. Like, I back up. That's just how I am. I've always been that way. So you have to be very careful about people, especially strangers, trying to touch you and harvest your energy. And it's not even just strangers. You can be people you fucking know too. Anybody can be a goddamn energy vampire, okay? But you have to be very careful about who you let in your energy and who you let touch you, etc. So handshaking, hugging, bumping into people, all those are opportunities for energy vampires to harvest your energy. So another example, in the store, when you're walking through the store and someone is coming towards you and you were already on your path going where you were going and they end up on the same exact path coming in your direction. Now, you're waiting for them to move over, but they're not moving over. And I don't know why they expect you to move over. You were walking there first, but they're not moving over, and they want you to bump into them. They want you to shoulder check them. They want you to be displaced and move. They feel that they're that important and that your energy is so important to them that they need to either piss you off by being in your way or get you to bump into them so that they can get some of that good ass energy, okay? So people, like, again, bumping into you in the store, hugging you, shaking your hand, tapping your shoulder, laughing and touching you, all those things can be a way for an energy vampire to harvest your energy. Now, your hands are not just hands. They don't just grab things. They don't just do things for you. Your hands are energy givers and energy receivers. Your right hand and your left hand have a purpose, okay? The left hand is your receiving hand. You receive energy and things with your left hand. Your right hand is your power and your authority, okay? So, even if someone gives you a gift, you're going to want to be careful about which hand you grab it with. If you're not too sure about the person and the gift, don't grab that shit with your left hand. Don't grab that shit with your left hand because it's the receiving hand. Grab it with your right hand. Grab it with your power and your authority, okay? And then if you still feel weird about the gift, dispose of that shit before you get home. Don't take that shit home with you. Get rid of it, okay? So, someone can attempt to touch you at random with their left hand. Be very careful. They could be trying to receive your energy through their left hand, okay? Really quickly, a story. This one time, this older woman came up to me in the Goodwill. My daughter was going for her job interview, and I was just walking around the store just looking at shit while my daughter was in her interview. This older woman comes up to me completely random as fuck, and she starts yapping to me and following me around the store, complaining about things in the store that she didn't like, the managers that she didn't like, so on and so forth and etc. Just a negative ass energy, to be honest. And she's following me and she's doing all this yapping. She's not touching any of the products. She's not picking up anything to buy anything. And then at some point she says to me, I can usually tell when someone's a decent person. Bing, 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 red flag. She can tell when someone's a decent person because she's an energy vampire. Now, when she got ready to leave the store, again, she did not pick up anything. She did not purchase anything. She told me to have a good day. She placed her hand on my my right shoulder, and she left out of the store. Okay? By the time I got in my lift, maybe 10, 15 minutes later, by the time I got into my lift and got home, I was exhausted. I was drained. I felt like I had been out shopping all fucking day long. And I realized when I got home, I was like, oh, fuck. That bitch touched me on my fucking shoulder. That heifer was an energy vampire. Yeah, she was. And she drained my fucking energy by touching me on my right shoulder with her left hand. That's why she could tell when people are decent people. She looks for them so she can follow them around, yap to them, and drain their energy. Exactly what she did to me. So be very careful about people just randomly coming up to you and yapping, trying to touch you, etc., so on and so forth, okay? But guys, that's all I have for this message, for this video about energy vampires. That has been your quick little lesson about energy harvesting, energy vampires, and energy transfer. So, be careful out here, guys. Don't let motherfuckers touch you. Stop throwing your nanny or your fucking wanker all over the fucking place. Lock that shit up. Be careful of people trauma bonding, trauma dumping, gossip, all that shit. Be wary, okay? Because these are all forms of energy harvesting and energy transfer and energy draining that energy vampires love to use, because a lot of people are very, very naive and unsuspecting of these things. But guys, that's all I have. I'll be back next week with another lesson for you about spiritual warfare. So let me go ahead and tell you what next week will be. Next week is going to be chapter 4 about destiny swapping. And what is destiny swapping? Destiny swapping is basically tricking you out of your fucking spot, tricking you out of your destiny. So guys, have a beautiful rest of your day today. I declare and decree that it is a beautiful one and that you have learned a lot from this message. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Ta-da!